time to pick another language. Morfar är tröttare än vanligt. Maten är färdig. And let's see what we're doing when we get back. Greek. We're doing Greek when we get back. Ben neredeyse her gün okula gidelim. Fun fact. Turkish. Hello, Shakespeare. How you doing? Fun fact, in Spanish, the word for bishop in chess is alfil. And that actually comes from Arabic. Fil. The same word fil as this. Meaning elephant, because the bishop traditionally was to represent elephant units somehow. Similarly, in Russian, the word for bishop is sword, and that also means elephant. Okay. 10:159. Haven't made a huge dent in it, but we're getting there. Okay, gonna do some Chinese now. Nej. Man. Igen. Jo. 5. Ducks are drinking wine. Bambas. Okay, Bambas is ducks. Okay, I have now leveled up. Let's see what the XP situation is now. 10,340 out of 12,500. And, as always, viewers can choose my next language for me just with a follow and a $5 to my Patreon. I buy a computer. Or quack, and here's another example. I like to point these out. For this word for or, quack sounds vaguely like Hogun and the hok in Hogun in Korean or waku in Japanese, and that appears it is the exact same kind of character. Oh, I see. This is Dikhe Ishai Fui, which means, do you want food? But, yeah, are you hungry? That kind of thing. How are the boys? Cine da boy. Posso Milao. Pote. Buenese. Proteine. Udros. In the designated chicken-eating area, obviously.
Live. Monsieur.
Si.
Live là. Liwell, live là.
Right. Okay. Hello and welcome to Hyperpolyglotting with Elise, where we're going to continue our ranking climb in the Sapphire League on Duolingo and answer your language questions. And now I have a functioning mouse, touch wood. And a slightly improved microphone setup as well, so that I don't constantly have to worry about knocking it over off of the table or having it block my view of the screen. These things probably don't matter all that much from the viewer's perspective, but they're certainly a big help from mine. And just to update this afternoon, we did Navajo, Hawaiian, Romanian, Yiddish, German, Korean, Irish, Welsh, Polish, and Zulu. And we are currently still in second place 298 points shy of Winnie, who was in first place in what turns out to be the very, very active and competitive Sapphire League. This is all new to me, so I wasn't sure exactly what was going to happen. I had no idea just how much competition there would be for the top spot in this one, but it turns out there's a fair bit. Okay, and we are doing some Chinese to start out.
Go.
Go. Go. This means hi, and in Korean it's pronounced gu, and in Japanese it's cool. Yang.
亮
Zai.
在
Go.
高
He.
和
Ning.
明亮
Yang. Yang.
亮
Gao.
高
Xing.
兴
Yang.
亮
Wen.
问
Shi.
喜他高吗
Is he tall? Takao ma.
你们的猫很漂亮
Your cat is very pretty. Okay, I knew that was a familiar yang, but I couldn't remember. It's been a very long time since I took Chinese. Yes, 你们的表很高亮。
我漂亮吗
我
我
漂亮吗？
漂亮妈你的孩子很漂亮
Your child is pretty.
我很高也很漂亮
I am tall and also pretty. Perfect. 21-day streak.
难
Nan. In Korean, that's pronounced nam. And in Japanese, it is dang or nang. Nan.
难有
Yo. In Korean, this is pronounced u. And in Japanese, yu. Yo.
有
Go.
高
Yang.
亮
Heng.
横
Na.
难
Yo.
有横
Heng. Heng.
横
Go.
高
Yang.
亮
Nan.
难
Heng.
横
Yo.
有
他们的哥哥很矮，
Their brother is short, I guess.
我的朋友漂亮不漂亮？
Is my friend pretty?
那是你的男朋友吗
Is that your friend? I see I've got a viewer. Hello, Ether Polyglot. Good to see you. Just out of curiosity, how's my audio sounding? I have a new mic set up. And a functioning mouse, which is kind of neat. Oh, there are so many different ones. I mean,
Nah.
Asia has tons of different language families.
我的男朋友爱猫，
Which Asian languages have you tried? 我
的
的
男朋友爱猫。
My boyfriend loves cats. Actually, if you wouldn't mind, I have a noise gate set up, but I haven't necessarily got the settings all right. Well, there are some complications to it, but it is actually relatively easy to work with. If you would just listen to me as I am adjusting this filter and tell me when it sounds good, because I had initially put it on and oh wait, that is not, oh, I need to put the noise gate back on, because I put it on and it was actually cutting off the tail ends of my words. Okay, oh shit. Okay, how am I sounding now? How's that, is the AC, are you hearing the AC? I mean, Asian languages include a number of a number of Indo-European languages. So, those are an option. Ah, okay. So... Okay, I've just turned down the opening threshold. Is that making a difference? What would the delay do? I am really new to this sort of real-time sound editing. Like, I have, let me see, attack time 25 milliseconds, hold time 200 milliseconds, release time 150. Just normal-ass OBS. And I've turned the opening threshold to minus 38 decibel. Has that made a difference in terms of my words getting cut off? Figure if I just... well, that AC just went off. I mean, so that's part of it. That's because the AC just turned off. It hit the thermostat set point. How's my speech, though? Like, am I getting cut off anymore? Like, I mean, can you hear the ends of my words, or is it doing that thing again? Because I had... Oh, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for bearing with me for a minute. Now, Korean is a pretty hard one to start out with as a break into Asian languages. In a lot of ways, Chinese is easier just because it has simpler grammar. The grammar is a lot more familiar than Korean grammar would be. But, of course, there's the tones, and you have to learn a whole lot of Chinese characters. Whereas Korean has huge numbers of Chinese loanwords in it, but you don't have the characters. And I have to say, having come from Japanese, learned Japanese first, and learned Korean to a certain extent through the medium of Japanese, I find that actually the lack of characters makes it hard, because there's so many homonyms.
她没有男朋友。
Or homophones. 她没有男. She doesn't have a boyfriend.
你的弟弟矮不矮？
Is your younger brother short? 矮不矮? Yes, it is. Although, maybe you've already gotten to this, but the difference between a phonetic alphabet and a morphophonemic alphabet does get a bit complicated, because you have the Jongsong, the Majimakusori, the last consonant in a, like, 2 or 3 character cluster, also known as the Bachim, and that is not always pronounced the way it looks. In fact, it is very, very often not pronounced the way it looks, and the rules on that are a bit complicated. Are you familiar with a channel called Talk to Me in Korean on YouTube?
那是我们的朋友。
That is our friend.
狗是我们的好朋友。
Dogs are our good friends. They are really good for, like, teaching beginners like pretty much every major thing, every major question about how Korean works, particularly Southern Korean, works for beginners, they have covered to some extent or another, and they have a series of books. So I highly recommend them. Yeah, they're popular, and deservedly so. They are easily one of the best Korean language learning channels out there. And they just seem, and just judging from the live streams that I've occasionally participated in, they just seem like nice people as well. Yeah, huge amounts of free stuff. Like, there's a one on particles, one on word order, on there's all sorts of stuff on pronunciation. They even have like graded free listening practice videos. It's wonderful stuff. Okay, AC's back on. How's that sounding now? Language Pod 101. Yeah, I feel like I have. Faye. This is pronounced B in Korean or hi in Japanese. Ke. This is ga in Korean or ka in Japanese. Ke. Young. Chang. Go. Fei. Ke. Can you tell me which setting do I have to move in which direction to go after background? Like, I'm very new to the whole thing. It sounds like you might be more familiar with this than I am. Chang? Chang? Yo? Yang? Ke? Chang? Fei? Okay. Let's do that. Rausgeht. The lower one is the opening threshold, I assume? Or the closing threshold? Okay, how's that sounding now? Has that improved things, or has that made things worse? Plus, mine is in German. It just defaulted to German because my OS is in German. So I have Schließschwellwert and Öffnungsschwellwert. And I've just made a couple of slight adjustments. Does it sound better or worse or indifferent? Neat. What are you using, Linux? Okay. How about now? Any change for the better, for the worse? I have just moved the opening threshold to -30. Up to -30, I should say. Is this having any impact at all, or does it sound just the same? Okay. Okay, and when I am speaking, is it cutting me off at all? Like, if I put a pause in between words, as I sometimes do in a trail off. Beautiful. Okay, thank you. Excellent. Hey, I don't mind the caps, don't worry. Okay, we can move
猫和狗都很可爱。
Cats. Both cats and dogs are cute. 可爱。
我的哥哥的女朋友很漂亮。
My older brother's girlfriend is very pretty.
我的女儿非常可爱。
Occasionally, I've heard of him. I haven't actually watched much. I have like a huge collection of subscriptions, and what I am shown at a given time is very random. And so they're like subscriptions I haven't checked in on in months. Like I haven't, like I keep meaning to see what Anna Rudolph's been getting up to, and my daughter is very cute. Cool. Full Langs.
他的狗非常可爱。他的狗非常可爱。可爱。
我没有女朋友。
I do not have a girlfriend.
今天我们非常高兴。
Oh, cool. Yes, him I'm familiar with. Checking my video creator dashboard thing on Twitch because I got raided earlier for the very first time and I missed it totally, and I'm not sure if that's because I was away from the keyboard trying to find a backup mouse or whether I just missed it. Somebody I've never heard of. Pyro Blake King. Does that name mean anything to you? 今天我们非常 We are very happy today.
王医生早上非常忙。
Dr. Wang is very busy in the morning. I like this mouse better anyway. In addition to it actually working, which is a plus, it is just more ergonomic. I'm not getting a writer's cramp using it. Oh, yes, I saw her in the chat. And thank you for doing that. I'm really trying to make a go of this, and I think the key is just getting some people who already have an audience to see that, to see what I'm doing here, and I figure if that happens, I will probably end up pretty quickly with some kind of an audience, because I think what I'm doing here is something that a fair number of people will enjoy. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Okay, and we have just leveled up, so I'm gonna check our XP standing here, see what's going on. And 1647, I'm trying to get back up to the top of Sapphire League, which is remarkably... Yeah, I mean, I'm already getting a lot of new subs. I'm like 2 subs short of 100 subs on YouTube now, which is great, because then I can actually just get hyper-polyglotting as a URL, as a username in there, instead of the wonderfully memorable random characters that it is now. I always have to look up and link to. Well, yeah, thank you. I very much appreciate it. Okay, and now it is time to choose ourselves a language. At random. And what if we ended up with? The Dutch. Okay, we haven't done Dutch in a bit, not since the placement test. Okay, update titles. Current language, Dutch. Afrikaans with grammar. I'm going to take the eye mask off now.
De hand. Hoeveel handen heb jij?
How many hands have you got? Now,
Is dat jouw hand?
Is that your hand? What's going on in this? Ooh, thank you. I take it that's because you subbed and not just you observed that somebody additionally had subbed?
Het is bloed.
It is blood.
Hebben dieren bloed?
Hebben dieren bloed?
Waarom zijn mijn handen oranje?
Why are my hands?
De bewaker heeft bloed in zijn neus.
De bewaker heeft bloed in zijn neus.
Zij werkt in de zorg.
She works in healthcare. Oh, cool. Thank you.
De zorg.
De zorg.
Ik zet mijn hoed op mijn hoofd.
I put it on my head. Good place.
Hoe is de zorg?
Hoe is de zorg?
Jij bent de baas van jouw lichaam.
You are in charge of body. The boss of your body. Kind of work. Oh, neat. Hello, Polyglot Jake Ether Polyglot. Good to see you.
Mijn
in
hoofd
both
heeft
forms.
2 ogen.
Mijn hoofd heeft 2 ogen.
Hoeveel hoofden hebben jullie? Hoeveel hoofden hebben jullie?
Het lichaam heeft bloed nodig.
Lichaam heeft bloed nodig.
Haar ouders zorgen voor haar.
Haar ouders zorgen voor haar.
Hij zorgt voor zijn lichaam.
Hij zorgt voor zijn lichaam. Oh, thank you. Very cool. Okay, that's one achievement unlocked on YouTube that will simplify things in terms of links.
Waarom zijn mijn handen oranje?
Now I just need to get up to 50 followers on here so I can start so I can get closer to affiliate status so I can start collecting, primes and subs and shit. Why are my hands orange? Oh, cool. Okay, 1 of 5.
De nek.
Ik zie zijn nek niet.
I do not. His neck.
De hond heeft een lange nek.
De hond heeft een lange nek.
Het hart. Hij heeft een groot hart.
He has a big heart, so known as cardiomegaly.
Haar nek is rood.
Haar nek is rood. Funny thing, in Afrikaans, rode nek, literally red neck, means that is a sort of a term for a pejorative term for an Anglo-South Africa.
Ik luister altijd naar mijn hart.
Always listen to my heart.
Ik hoor jouw hart.
Ik hoor jouw hart.
Zij heeft lange haren.
She has long hair.
De baby heeft haar.
The baby has hair.
Waar is haar haar? Waar is haar haar? Mijn huid is paars.
My skin is purple. You know the history of the term redneck?
Een olifant heeft een grijze huid.
It didn't, because it actually has to do with miners' unions in the South and red bandanas being a symbol of union membership. Een olifant heeft een grijze huid.
Het lijkt een beetje op een gezicht.
It looks a bit like a face.
Het is mijn gezicht.
Het is mijn gezicht.
Mijn
huid
huid is paars. Zij heeft een heel mooi gezicht.
Mine too. Find it fascinating. Okay, 2 of 5.
De voet. Jouw voeten zijn groot.
Jouw voeten zijn groot.
De arm. Er zit bloed op mijn arm.
There is blood on my arm.
Jouw arm is lang.
Jouw arm is lang. Jij bent de vet. De hersenen.
De hersenen.
Hij gebruikt zijn hersenen.
The brain.
Jij hebt grote hersenen.
Jij hebt grote hersenen.
Het dier heeft hersenen.
The animal has a brain.
Waar zijn mijn voeten?
Waar zijn mijn voeten?
Ik heb 5 vingers.
I have 5 fingers.
De boer heeft 9 vingers.
De boer
heeft
9
vingers.
Can't help thinking of Bill Bryson talking about growing up in Iowa and how one of the things about rural life is farmers with arresting tales of amputations as a result of farm machinery.
Hoeveel vingers heb jij?
Hoeveel vingers heb jij?
Mijn benen zijn zwak.
My legs are weak.
Zijn armen zijn kort.
His arms are short.
Mijn benen zijn zwak.
Oh, Jesus. Fun times.
Ik sta op
één
been.
Eén been. 3 of 5. Bit of water because my throat's drying. De rug.
De rug.
Zijn rug is zwak.
His back is weak. Oh, well, that's good.
Zij heeft rode lippen.
Has red lips.
De kok heeft blauwe lippen.
Kok heeft blauwe lippen. The cook is cyanotic, apparently.
Hij heeft een grote borst.
Has a big chest.
Zijn rug is blauw en zijn borst is rood. Is rood. En zijn borst is
Hell.
blauw. En zijn borst is rood. Mijn borst is rood.
Yes, it's true. Mijn borst is rood.
Zijn tanden zijn geel.
His teeth are yellow.
Mijn lippen zijn koud.
Mijn lippen zijn koud.
De baby heeft 1 tand.
The baby has 1.
De tanden zijn wit.
Tanden zijn wit.
Er zit iets in mijn keel.
There is something in my throat.
Warme thee is goed voor je keel.
Warme thee is goed voor je keel.
De lichaamsdelen zitten allemaal op de goede plek.
The body parts are all in the right place. See, the thing is, the way that's phrased, it sounds rather like whatever the right place is, it is not actually connected to a body. It's like you've got like just a van full of them, and they're divided up by bit.
De dokter bekijkt mijn...
De dokter bekijkt mijn keel. Lichaamsdelen.
De lichaamsdelen zitten
Allemaal
op de goede plek. Welk lichaamsdeel is dat?
Perfect.
De
Teen.
teen.
Iedereen heeft botten.
Everybody. Bone.
Melk is goed voor je botten.
Melk is goed voor je botten.
Ze legt haar handen op haar knieën.
He lays her hands on her knees.
De advocaat heeft zwakke knieën.
Advocaat heeft zwakke knieën.
Mijn buik zit vol kaas.
My belly is full of cheese.
Mijn buik is vol.
Mijn buik is vol.
Er zit een bot in de keel van de hond.
There is a bone in the dog's throat.
Heeft een vis een buik?
Heeft de vis een buik?
De kinderen zitten op de schouders van hun ouders.
Children are on their parents' shoulders.
Hij heeft 2 tenen meer dan de schildpad.
He has 2 more toes than turtle.
Hoeveel magen heeft een koe?
How many stomachs does a cow have?
Hoofd, schouders, knie en teen.
Hoofd, schouders, knie en teen.
Sommige dieren hebben geen maag. Dieren hebben geen maag. Mijn maag is leeg.
Mijn maag is leeg. Leg
Je hoofd. Mijn. Op mijn Pieter. Schouder. Haar. Ligt op mijn schouder.
And we've leveled up, and it is time to see what's going on with the XP. 1721. I am closing in on 1900. So far, I have 119 XP today. And 13,703 all time. 448 lingots. I've got like so more lingots that I know what to do with. And it is time to well, okay, what streak am I on? 22 days ago, literally 22 days ago. I had never even touched it before that. I'd heard of it, and then I just kind of figured, I mean, the whole genesis of this speedrun is I have this language-related channel because I want to do language-related content. But the trouble with doing language-related content is you need to come up with topics. And I'm really, 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 really bad at just randomly coming up with topics out of nowhere. I do much better when a topic just sort of jumps out at me and I can react to it. So I started doing Duolingo and then started speedrunning it. You know, I did all these placement tests, and since then I've just been sort of going through language after a language, just, you know, each time I level up. Pretty much, I think basically every day. I mean, it has been a very intensive streaming by my standards because I'm used to only streaming like a couple of times a week at most, but now I'm doing it basically every day. The way I'm doing it is I am just getting up to whatever the next level is in each of them until I get all of them, and then I start over, you know, and level them up in the various other ways. Yeah. I level up and I change languages, as I'm doing now. I like this mouse. This is a way better mouse than the one that I got with my... Okay, it looks Vietnamese to me. Okay, it's Vietnamese time. I was kind of hoping we'd do some Vietnamese. Been a couple of days since I've done any. Random selection has meant that languages that I've sort of neglected have come up, which is kind of neat. But it also means that languages that I had been, like, choosing a lot... Oh, wow. Not bad. Have fallen by the wayside, and Vietnamese is one that I have been missing. Okay, numbers.
6,
6,
7,
7,
4 4, 5, 6
4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6,
2 cái túi,
2, exactly.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, Hindi. I was noticing that you can see the relative they're in order of relative XP. Yeah, Hindi I have done quite a lot of. 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. 4,
5 và 6.
5 and 6, number 6.
Tôi có 3 cái giường. Tôi có 3 cái giường. 3 người đàn ông.
3 men. Bone hay là bone? Yes, that sounds about right.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
7 cái tivi.
7 television.
Anh ấy đọc 7 quyển sách.
He 7 books.
5 con voi.
5 elephants.
7 cái tivi.
5 và 6.
Okay.
10.
10.
9 đứa trẻ.
9 children.
8.
8.
Cảm ơn rất nhiều, tạm biệt.
Thank you very much. Yeah, this is Vietnamese. Oh, okay, the tones. Let me see how I can... I'm gonna zoom in on here so you can see it better. They use diacritics. Like, this one over the
Cam.
A there in cam is a tone that is like sort of a rising tone. And there's another type of rising tone that is indicated by this accent aigu on Z. A falling tone by this accent grave on mu. A low sort of vibrating and gutter and sort of staccato tone on tam biết. And there are a bunch more of them as well.
2 người đàn ông mang 76 cái khăn quàng.
2 men wear 76 scarves.
85.
85.
54.
58. 2? Wait, 4? Not 4? Okay.
24.
2.
20. 4. Tôi đọc 10 quyển sách.
I read 10 books.
Cô ấy viết 9 quyển sách.
He writes 9 books.
Họ ăn 8 cái bánh.
They ate cakes.
10 người.
10 people.
25.
Oh, well, actually, your questions are great. Questions give me even more to react to. And that's kind of how I do content. When it comes to this sort of subject, because people will ask me questions that I have not actually thought to ask, which is probably better than me trying to answer the sort of questions that occur to me, because I'm coming from the perspective of knowing the stuff, and the people whose questions I'd be trying to answer are people who are coming from the position of not actually knowing these particular things yet. So having somebody who doesn't necessarily know these specific things come up with questions that I wouldn't necessarily have thought of it's great. It's absolutely, keep them coming. Like, just any question that occurs to you about language stuff, just throw it right out there. Haiwilam 25. And you'll notice that 5 has been num, but then suddenly when it is in compound numbers like 25, Haiwilam, it becomes lum. I don't know why. That's just a thing that it does.
Nhiều người.
Many people. Nhiều người.
Tôi có nhiều quyển sách.
I have many books. This is true. Tôi có nhiều quyển sách.
Chúng tôi cần 73 cái áo cho 85 người.
Okay. 73. We need 73 83 shirts for 25 người, 75 people. Those are ones that I'd really like to get more familiar with. Like, the only one that I have any real grasp on at all is Hindi. And that's a very limited grasp. I'd love to learn a couple of the southern Indian languages in particular, like Telugu or Tamil. Ah, hell. Okay, I got 7 and 8. 73 shirts for 85.
34 con mèo hát và 97 con ngựa nhảy.
Okay, 30. 4 cats. Và 97 con ngựa nhảy. Okay. Dancing. 34. And 97 97 ngựa horses thing. Got that one backwards. I don't know if I could actually come up with all of them without some prompts. I could probably get most of them easily, but there would be almost certainly a few I would leave out, especially because occasionally new ones show up. Like, I would probably forget South Sudan because that's only been around as a country for like 5 minutes. 54.
Chúng tôi cần 73 cái áo cho 85 người.
Chúng tôi cần right, okay, we need 70. Three birds for 85 people.
34 con mèo hát và 97 con ngựa nhảy.
34 cats sing and 97 horses dance.
9 triệu.
9 million. Two.
71 con mèo.
71 cats.
100.
100, I think.
7 tỷ người.
7 billion people. T.
4.400.
4,400. 100.
101 con chó.
100 and 1 dogs. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah. I mean, if I were writing them down and I had unlimited time, I could probably get nearly all of them. But if, somebody had me try to list them orally, the trouble is, if after maybe about 30 of them, I would start to wonder if I had missed, whether I'd actually done ones that I had in fact done. And so I'd end up repeating myself a lot, and eventually I would just get tired of that. Bon chum.
1 tỷ người.
1 billion people.
1.001 buổi tối. 1.001. 1.001 buổi tối. Buổi tối.
1,001 evening.
21 tỷ.
21 billion.
81 triệu.
81 million. Oh, yeah, I mean, that would be easier to keep track.
324.
320. Like, I actually have trouble with listing all of the languages that I have knowledge of without actually get to a certain point and it's like, okay, have I already said that one? Which ones am I missing? And
Tôi thấy 100 con dơi trong khi cô ấy thấy 71 con dơi.
100. Bats while she sees 71 bats. I think. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I often just link people to my Hypea profile. I have this, interview that they did. It's on the International Association of Hyperpolyglots, and that has all of them on there that are worthy of naming.
9.345.
Yeah, I mean, that is the easiest thing. 9,345.
1984.
4. 9,84.
300.
4.
4.
Lẻ 4.
8. 10. 1 triệu 304.
Okay, 3 of 4. Cool.
Số.
And this is another one of those sinosphere loanwords. In Korean, it's pronounced su, and in Japanese, it's pronounced su.
Tôi biết cô ấy có số 17.
I know her. She has number 17. I know her, she has number 17. What does that mean? That makes absolutely no sense to me.
1/2 của 10 là 5.
Have you heard of Polyglot Gathering or Polyglot Conference? Those are two really cool events which are also Polyglot Gathering for this year already happened. Polyglot Conference is coming up in October, and there is going to be an online edition of it, as well as I think there's also an in-person. Well, oh wow, now I feel old. But conference also rocks, and that's coming up in October. I'm actually thinking I'm gonna try to do a talk about this speed run. Well, see, there you go. I have 20 years on you. One half of 10. Of 10 is 5.
Một câu trả lời là đủ.
One answer is 2.
Tổng cộng là bao nhiêu?
What is tổng cộng? Yeah. The total.
Tôi có tổng cộng 8 quyển sách.
Oh, very cool.
Tôi có tổng cộng 8 quyển sách. Tôi có tổng cộng. Tôi có tổng cộng 8 quyển sách. Quyển sách. 1/2 của 8 là 4.
Half of 8. 4.
Bạn có đủ thức ăn không?
Do you have enough food?
1 muỗng đường là đủ.
Spoon of sugar is enough.
1/2 cái gương.
Not familiar with Jimmy Mello. What would I know him from? Half of here.
Tôi ăn nửa cái bánh mì.
I half the bread. Half of the bread. Ist doch das Gleiche.
Họ mua tổng cộng 10 cái máy tính.
Oh, cool. Oh. They have 10 total. Mua, they buy.
Tôi là số 1.
I am 1.
Tôi ăn nửa cái bánh mì.
I eat half of bread.
Họ mua tổng cộng 10 cái máy tính.
Buy 10 computers. Yep. Okay, that is leveling up, and let's see where we are. 1777. We are edging along there, and it is time to have a swig of water and pick another language. By the way, what exactly are crowns? Do you know? Like, I'm totally new to all of this. I don't know anything about any of it. So, what are the crowns they do? Okay, we're randomly selecting a language. Not. Greek. Neat. All for some Greek. Like Greek. Fun language. Easy to confuse when in casual listening with Spanish. Sounds a lot like it unless you're listening very carefully. Accusative. Never done Greek.
Εγώ τρώω το τυρί.
I eat the cheese.
Οι γη μου αγαπούν τα ζώα.
My sons love animals. Azul.
Είμαι στο χολ.
I am in... Oh, I see.
Δίνω το πουκάμισο.
I give the shirt. Dino to bukamiso.
Δίνω το τυρί.
Give the cheese. What am I giving?
Αγαπώ αυτό το πουκάμισο.
I love this shirt.
Αγαπώ τον ελέφαντα.
I love elephant.
Αγαπώ τον άντρα και τον ελέφαντα.
Love the man and the elephant.
Ο άντρας αγαπά τον άντρα.
Man loves the man. Ton andra. Okay, so that's how masculine acute. Yes, Sigmo.
Η γυναίκα αγαπά τον άντρα. Γυναίκα αγαπά τον άντρα. Αυτή αγαπά τον άντρα.
He loves the man. We've established everybody seems to love the man.
Δίνω το πουκάμισο στον άντρα.
I give the shirt to the man. Maybe that's what's being stuck to the man?
Δίνω το πουκάμισο στις γυναίκες.
Give shirt to women. Gynekes.
Αγαπώ τις γυναίκες.
I love women.
Δίνω τον ελέφαντα.
Give the elephant.
Δίνω το τυρί.
Gynekes.
Γυναίκες.
Oh, clicked on Estes and it just didn't. Okay.
Αγαπώ
Τον
τον ελέφαντα. Δίνω το τυρί στις γυναίκες.
Okay. Now I'm watching the dashboard carefully just in case I don't want to have a raid happen and I don't thank the person for doing it because I didn't notice it.
Το παιδί αγαπά τα πουλιά.
Child loves the birds.
Αγαπώ τον σκύλο μου.
I love my dog.
Δίνω το ποτήρι στα πουλιά.
I give the kitty glass to the bird.
Δίνω το ποτήρι σε έναν άντρα.
I give the glass to a man. Σε έναν άντρα.
Αυτοί πίνουν το χυμό.
They drink the juice.
Δίνω το χυμό σε έναν άντρα. Δίνω
τον.
Oh,
Χυμό,
de
σε. Έναν
άντρα.
άντρα. Δεν αγαπάτε τον σκύλο σας.
Don't your dog? Weird. I haven't... That doesn't make sense. This is the first I've even heard of there being flat earthers watching me. I don't know that I'm necessarily keen on having them watching me. Like, where are you seeing all of these other viewers? Like, where are you going to see that? All I see is 3. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm surprised too. Like, what the hell are they doing to my channel?
Οι κόρες μου αγαπούν τους ελέφαντες.
My daughters love elephants. Okay. Check. I redock my stream chat. Ah, there we go. Okay. Like, literally, the only one that is familiar on that list is you. Okay, that's weird. Oh, of course it is. And, I mean, the best part of the full flat earther bullshit is they managed to work anti-Semitism into that, too. Somehow, that train's never late.
Δίνω το ποτήρι στους ελέφαντες.
I give the glass to the elephants. What do the elephants need with a glass?
Δίνω το τυρί και το ποτήρι στους ελέφαντες.
I cheese and the glass to the elephants. I mean, that concept of European blood is actually just complete nonsense to begin with.
Αγαπώ τους ελέφαντες.
Because, I mean, we're all a product of various levels of migration at different parts of human history. And if you go back far enough, we're all from Central Africa. I mean, there's just so much nonsense in that. And so much of that discourse. Αγαπώ τους elephants. I love elephants.
Δίνω τα πουλιά σε έναν σκύλο.
I give the bird to a dog. Yeah.
Έχω το χυμό.
I have juice. No Duo's gonna give me some shit if I leave off the. I remember reading a few years ago that the patient, it came to Britain via a gerbil.
Έχω τα γλυκά.
I have the sweets.
Αγαπώ τη σοκολάτα.
I love chocolate. And
Αγαπώ τη
confirm.
γυναίκα μου.
I love my wife.
Ποιον αγαπάς?
Two.
Αυτή αγαπά τους σκύλους.
Oh wow. He loves dogs.
Δίνω τους σκύλους στη γυναίκα. Δίνω τους σκύλους στη γυναίκα. Αυτός τρώει τα γλυκά.
He is eating the sweets.
Δίνω τα γλυκά σε αυτόν.
I give him the sweets.
Ποιαν αγαπάμε?
Whom do we?
Δίνω τη σοκολάτα σε έναν πίθηκο.
I give chocolate to an ape. Why not? I'm actually kind of surprised that we would be the ones to have that out of all states. I mean, like, the more common disastrous diseases we do absolute shit for.
Δίνω τον πίθηκο σε αυτήν.
I give her the ape. Have you asked the ape about this?
Αγαπώ τα γλυκά.
I love sweets.
Δίνω τη σοκολάτα στη γυναίκα.
I give the chocolate.
Αγαπάμε τους σκύλους.
We love dogs. Yeah, it keeps on popping back every
Δίνω
once
τους
in a
σκύλους σε
while.
αυτόν.
I give him the dogs. Oh, it is nice to be doing this with a mouse that is
Ποιαν αγαπάμε?
that is not cutting out on me every other exercise and me having to sit here kind of waiting for it to start working again. That was getting way old.
Δίνω τη σοκολάτα σε έναν πίθηκο.
And we have leveled up. Another crown. Oh, okay, is this crown count, is that divided by language? I have a great computer and a crappy mouse. This computer is a build I did myself. Actually, the very first build I ever did myself. And I actually specifically just took my time gathering the parts together so I could buy, like, top components. And then my main computer died on me and I had to rush it on the last 3 things. But I still ended up getting a really good machine, but I decided to skimp on the mouse. But the mouse itself was okay. It would have been okay, except it keeps falling on a hard floor because I'm not used to using a mouse, because I've been using laptops for the past decade. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with computers. Okay, and it is time to pick a language. Please don't let it be Latin. I find Latin boring. It's German. Okay, something piss easy. Okay. I'm trying to find my restream window. Oh, that's what's going on. That's it's tab on this window. That's why. German. Thank you for helping me get that noise gate set up. And that window. So, oh, that's right. We are on the phase where we go back and level things up.
Orangen. 3. 1. 2.
Wo ist der Marktplatz?
Wo ist der Marktplatz?
1, 2,
3.
Orangen,
That's sort of a weird countdown sort of thing. 1, 2, 3. Orangen! Yeah, I mean, yeah, as I said.
bitte.
I mean, like, anything, it doesn't matter which level of this is, it is going to be easy. It's meine Muttersprache. 3 Orangen, bitte.
1, 2. 1, 2.
Entschuldigung, wo ist der Marktplatz?
Entschuldigung, wo ist der Marktplatz?
2 Orangen, 3 Orangen. Orange 3, 10. Orangen,
Der Marktplatz.
2 Orangen, bitte. 2 Orangen, bitte.
1 und 2.
1, 2. 2.
2 Orangen, bitte.
2 und 1. 1. 1.
It's. That in Franconian means now. In
3
Middle
und
Franconian.
2. 2.
Nein.
That in Middle Franconian means hinein. 3 Orangen, bitte.
Bitte.
Years of shitty secretarial work and other work that involves typing, given me a very fast typing speed.
2. 1. 0.
3.
Das Brot kostet $2.
Das Brot kostet $2.
0, 1. 0, 1.
Die Pizza kostet $4.
Pizza kostet $4. I just have the German keyboard layout on my keyboard. I've used that as my default for so long. The English is a pain in the ass.
4 Orangen, bitte.
4
4 Orangen, bitte.
It.
Das
Ja.
Bier.
Kostet
Kostet
3
3
Euro.
Euro.
Der Tee kostet $2.
Costs $2. Das
Das Mineralwasser kostet 3 Euro. 2, 1, 0.
2, 1, 0.
Das Mineralwasser kostet 3 Euro. Kostet 3 Euro.
Die Pizza kostet $4.
4 Euro. 2 Euro.
Von. Von.
0, 1, 2, 0. Cool. 0.
Osto. Osto.
Die Milch kostet 2 Euro.
Ja. Ja, die kostet $2.
7. 0. 3.
1.
Yeah, $4 for a pizza. Even in Naples, they.
Der
aren't
Salat
that cheap.
kostet $6.
Der Salat kostet $6.
1. 6.
Wirklich.
7.
Wie viel kostet die Wurst?
Wie viel kostet die Wurst?
6, 7.
Oh, that was hard to find.
Wie viel kostet der Tee?
Wie viel kostet der Tee?
Wie viel? Wie viel?
Ja,
Der
Salat
Salat
kostet
kostet
$6.
$6.
$6. Yeah, there's one. The voice that's like somebody else in chat, or maybe it was you.
Der Tee
likened it
kostet
to
7
like
Euro.
Schwarzenegger.
Der Tee kostet 7 Euro.
Das ist ja teuer.
Kostet 7
Euro.
Euro.
1 Euro für Tee? Was ist da Gras drin oder was?
6, 5, 4, 3.
6 for 3 oranges.
Wie viel
Kostet
kostet die Pizza?
4, 5, 5, 5.
Wie viel kostet die Pizza?
much the pizza cost.
Das
Sandwich
Sandwich
kostet
kostet
wirklich
wirklich
7
7
Euro.
Euro.
Ja, auch Bull. Kaffee.
Der
Kaffee
kostet wirklich
5
5
Euro.
Euro.
However, I must say that isn't even the most outrageous price I've ever paid for coffee. I was at once at JFK Airport, New York, and I got a coffee and 2 donuts. Just a large black coffee, 2 regular ass donuts, $11 they charged me.
Wie viel kostet die Wurst?
Wie viel kostet die Wurst?
Wie viel kostet die Wurst?
Wie viel kostet die Wurst? The narrations are terrible. Yeah, I know. I have never paid more than, I think, $3 total for a cup of coffee, even in Britain where it's more expensive. Oh.
Der Kaffee kostet wirklich 5 Euro. Kaffee kostet wirklich.
Oh, that annoying voice. There are a couple of annoying. Okay.
Der Kaffee kostet wirklich 5 Euro.
Yeah. Not bad. Ja, die kostet 7 Euro. Was ja noch angehen könnte, wenn da Gras drin ist.
Tomaten.
2.
0. 0.
9.
8 Kilo Tomaten.
8 Kilo Tomaten.
1. 5. 9. 4.
Der Döner kostet 2 Euro.
Der Döner kostet 2 Euro. Ah, ich miss Döner.
Der Döner ist lecker. Der Döner ist lecker.
Wir alle lieben den Döner.
Der Döner.
Der Döner.
9 Kilo Käse, bitte. 9.
9
Kilo Käse, bitte.
8 Tomaten, bitte.
3 Kilo Tomaten, bitte. Kilo Tomat, bitte.
Ja.
Der
Döner.
Döner.
Ech. Ech.
Ja.
Der Döner kostet
2
Euro.
Yeah, this guy who always sounds totally breathless for.
Der Kaffee kostet wirklich 9 Euro.
The coffee really costs 9 euros. Like, if that's a bag of coffee to brew at home, I can kind of understand. But unless it's got fucking brandy in it. 8.
8 Kilo
Tomaten.
Tomaten.
7, 8, 9. 8.
Starting to realize I don't even need to listen to these because I can sort of guess from the waveform how many syllables it is.
Ö. Ö.
That sounded like a long to me. 9
Kilo
Käse.
Käse, bitte.
Ö. Ö.
Like, how long is the with the ha end? If that's already just a simple short
Kartoffeln.
Potatoes.
1.
10.
Tomaten.
Tomaten.
Gern geschehen.
Gern geschehen.
Ja, vielen Dank. Ja, vielen Dank.
Ja, gern geschehen.
Ja, gern geschehen.
2 Kartoffeln.
3.
3 Kartoffeln.
Vielen Dank.
Thank you very much. 2
Kilo
Erdbeeren.
Erdbeeren. Bitte.
2 Kartoffeln, 3 Kartoffeln.
2 potatoes. 3 potatoes. Oh wow. Not bad.
Vielen Dank.
3 Kilo Erdbeeren, bitte. Kilo Erdbeer, bitte.
Ah,
Ja,
gern geschehen.
geschehen.
Ja, der Salat kostet 10 Euro. 2. 10.
Okay, maybe not. And I was saying a second ago that the waveforms seem to indicate, but these are both the same syllable, the same length roughly. And if those waveforms are meant to be accurate, actually, I think they might be the same on each one.
Leer. Leer.
Yeah, I'm beginning to think that those are the same waveforms every time.
10, 9, 8.
Actually, no. I mean, those seem a bit different.
10. 8 Kilo Erdbeeren.
8 kilograms. of strawberries. Huh?
Ja,
Ja,
der
Salat.
Salat kostet
10
10
Euro.
Euro.
E.
2 Kartoffeln, 3 Kartoffeln.
2 potatoes. Okay, leveled up. And it is time to pick a new language and take a little bit of a break. So far, just to recap, we've done German, Greek, Vietnamese, Dutch, Chinese, and, yeah, well, Dutch and Chinese. Others we did this afternoon. Let's see where we end. Danish. Yeah, I think they just, I don't think those are actually accurate representations of the waveform. They just don't match. Spent enough time looking at waveforms at this point that I have a pretty good feel for them. I will be back in just a couple of minutes. At which point we'll be doing Danish. Perfect. Okay, 3 of 4.
El hospital.
Okay, we've leveled up and it is time to pick another language. Morfar är tröttare än vanligt. Maten är färdig. And let's see what we're doing when we get back. Greek. We're doing Greek when we get back. Ben neredeyse her gün okula giderim. Fun fact. Turkish. Hello, Shakespeare. How you doing? Fun fact, in Spanish, the word for bishop in chess is alfil. And that actually comes from Arabic. Fil. The same word fil as this. Meaning elephant, because the bishop traditionally was to represent elephant units, somehow. Similarly, in Russian, the word for bishop is squab, and that also means elephant. Okay. 10:159. Haven't made a huge dent in it, but we're getting there. Okay, gonna do some Chinese now. Nej. Man. Igen. Jo. 5. Ducks are drinking wine. Bamba, okay, Bambas is ducks. Okay, I have now leveled up. Let's see what the XP situation is now. 10,340 out of 12,500. And, as always, viewers can choose my next language for me just with a follow and a $5 to my Patreon. I buy a computer. Or quack, and here's another example. I like to point these out. For this word for quack sounds vaguely like Holden and the Hulk. in Hogun in Korean or Waku in Japanese, and that appears it is the exact same kind of character. Oh, I see. This is Dikhe Ishai Pui, which means do you want food? But yeah, are you hungry? That kind of thing. How are the boys? Cine ta boy. Oso milao. Pote. When is it? Proteine. Utros. Protopulo. In the designated chicken eating area, obviously.
Liv.
Monsieur. Livre. Liwe livla. Maciej. Ja. Si. Wysoki. Maciej. Proč? Inter. Počkej. A. Si.
Oedden coginio panas.
Jacob. Hefed. 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 Hek. 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 Mwalimu.
This is Arabic. And it's from Mu'allim.
Juma ni mwalimu mke.
Oh, things speak cats on this. Meow and the pictures of the fish. They were Ralph.
Sööpä. Pupu. Yrittävät. Huraista. Omena.
Are in the city center. And it's got some interesting aspects to it.
여자는 어느 나라에 있습니까? 여자는 어느 나라에 있습니까? 여자는 어느 나라에 있습니까?
Countries or living things.
아니, 너 나마에 와.
Perfect. Okay, 3 of 4.
El hospital.
Okay, we've leveled up and it is time to pick another language. Morfar är tröttare än vanligt. Maten är färdig. And let's see what we're doing when we get back. Greek! We're doing Greek when we get back. Okay, and I'm back. Hola, Papi Wilson, ¿cómo estás? Justo íbamos a comenzar con... Oh, hey, look at that. I am at 1895, and I am just 20 XP shy of first place. Well, 21 XP. Although Winnie has leveled up in that time period. So it seems that she is here and active, so who knows how long that will last. Ah, bueno, la pantalla que, bueno, la secuencia que creé para cuando no estoy ante el teclado, para cuando tengo que hacer un descanso, para ir al baño, lo que sea, o cuando, bueno, estoy preparando para ir en directo. pero todavía no estoy totalmente lista. Ah, gracias. Okay, and now we are doing some Danish.
Hunde. Skriver. Skildpadde. Sover.
Sover.
Han. Svømmer. Røre. Røre. Tomat.
Velkommen.
Kød.
Han løber.
He runs.
Han går.
Han går.
Han går. Jeg skriver bøger.
I write books. Bueno, el danés tiene, bueno, su peculiaridad en cuanto a la pronunciación. Es por eso que tanto los noruegos como los suecos dicen que hablar danés como hablar noruego con una papa caliente en la boca.
Jeg ser. Jeg ser.
Det ser.
Ser.
Vi skriver bøger.
Skriver bøger.
Jeg ser dig. Jeg ser dig. Du skriver det.
Han sover.
Han sover. Han sover. Han sover.
Hun går.
Den
løber.
Katten rører den.
Han sover.
Svømmer.
Hey. Ja.
Svinekød. Te.
Hun synger.
Os.
Bog.
Mit. Koger.
Koger.
Jeg synger.
Synger.
Kød. Kød. Drengs.
Laver. Din.
Hun synger. Hun synger.
De synger.
They are. Everybody's singing.
Vi koger ris. Vi koger ris.
De laver aviser.
They make papers. Koger ris.
Vi koger ris. Han koger pasta.
Han koger pasta.
Jeg vil gerne have en øl. Han laver kylling.
Han laver kylling.
Ja. Lav mad.
Vel.
Hun vil have børn.
Vil have børn.
Pigen vil gerne have en kat.
The girl wants to have a cat. Bueno. In siempre se trata, bueno, cuando se dice in, siempre se trata de estar adentro de alguna cosa, en el interior. On normalmente significa estar, bueno, encima de una cosa, o sea, is on the table significa que está sobre la mesa. Pero si se dice is in the table, significa que está como adentro de la mesa, dentro de la leña que se ocupó para producirla. En at, bueno, es lo más complicado. Y yo no creo que exista una regla lisa y llana para explicarla. Vil du gerne have vin? Oh, that's nice. They actually do take into account the two different forms of you.
Mælk.
Farvel.
Mændene.
Spiller. Jeg betaler.
I pay. Betaler.
Kartoffel.
Potato.
Kage. Kage. Kage.
Kan. Frokost.
Han betaler.
Okay.
Ham.
Hund. Lejer. Æbler. De betaler.
They pay. Everybody's paying. Or in Denmark, they make everybody pay.
Ja.
Ja.
Lejer.
Børnene spiller. Børnene spiller.
Han betaler.
Han betaler.
Et barn leger. Et barn leger. Kan du godt lide ham? Kan du godt lide ham? Hundene leger.
Hundene leger. Hundene leger. Hundene leger. Ah, bueno, entonces falta... Bueno, qué hora es en Colombia? Acá son las 2. Ah, bueno, son las 3 menos 1.
Kan du godt lide ham?
Manden kan godt lide ost.
Manden kan godt lide ost.
Dyrene kan godt lide mad.
Dyrene kan godt lide mad. Animals like food.
Børnene spiller.
Et barn. Ah. Una hora de diferencia entonces. I think this is going to be the last one we do tonight. Just because it is getting a bit late. And I did 2 hours earlier today.
Elsker. Elsker.
Pigen.
Mans. Vinen. De bruger det.
They use it.
Maden. Bruger. Farvel.
Læser. Pigen. Elsker. Katte. Og ender.
Afsted. Vinen.
Måske. Dens.
Afsted.
Afsted.
Jeg ser det regner.
Bjørne elsker øl. Bjørn elsker øl.
There's love beer.
Kvinden tager afsted.
Thieves. Sí, es cierto. Y sobre todo con el danés, porque tiene unas características fonéticas que solo muy pocas lenguas tienen.
Drengen. Fortæller. Om. Hestene.
Jeg fortæller jer om det. Jeg fortæller jer om det. Jeg ser det regner.
Du og jeg tager afsted. Du og jeg tager afsted. Du og jeg tager afsted.
Til.
Du fortæller mig om din edderkop.
Fortæller mig om din edderkop. Fortæller mig om din edderkop.
Du og
Ja,
jeg tager afsted.
Til.
Elefanterne tager skoene.
Elefanterne tager skoene.
De bruger det.
Four of 6. And where are we? Oh, I am now just, I'm on top by 10 points. This is going to be a photo finish in the Sapphire League.
Manden finder
Laser. Dansk.
Dansk.
Hundene finder jer. Hundene finder jer.
Dogs find you.
Spiller.
Mig.
Hører.
Æble. De lytter til fuglene. De lytter til fuglene. Jeg ved, din hest drikker vin.
No. Excuse me for a second, because that same spell that ve in Norwegian means at or with by.
I hører katten. Drengen lytter ikke.
Boy is not.
Det ved jeg ikke. Det ved jeg ikke.
Vel, ja, ikke?
Jeg finder hende ikke.
You find her.
Vi synger og arbejder.
Synger og arbejder.
Hører du mig?
Hører du mig?
Jeg arbejder ikke. Han arbejder og har skjorte på.
Han arbejder og har skjorte på.
Han ikke lytter ikke til mig. Jeg ved det ikke. Kvinden lytter ikke til børnene.
Is not listening. Oh, well, not a type of... That was an accent that was a diacritic that was sort of hanging from the last time I typed. 5 of 6.
Designer. Ikke.
Vi.
Skildpadde.
Pigen. Designer. Sko. Strømper. Og strømper.
Viser.
Er.
Synger.
Fuglen.
Jeg kender dem og støtter dem.
I know them and support.
Han.
Han.
Behøver.
Hun. Måltid. Kender du katten?
En krabbe behøver vand. En krabbe behøver
Vand.
Crab needs water. Oh, how did it go?
Jeg behøver dig. Designer han? Designer han?
Jeg kender dem og støtter dem. Vi støtter børnene.
Children.
Manden får en øl.
Manden får en øl.
Han viser hende en kjole, og hun får den.
Shows her a dress and
Støtter du mig?
Støtter du mig? That's another one I know nothing about. I know it's a thing that exists, but I've never played it.
Han viser hende en kjole, og hun får den. Han viser hende skjorten. Han viser hende skjorten.
Et æble, right. Okay, we've leveled up. And let's see. (1985), 1939. Okay, a very slight lead. Keeps me just barely at the top of Sapphire League, where I have to remain for another 4 days apparently. Done 383 XP today so far. And what languages? Danish, German, Greek, Vietnamese, Dutch, and Chinese. Ah, sí, bueno, me tengo que descansar un poco. Ah, no, actually, I'll do one more. Hell. I'm not actually all that tired. I'm gonna do one more. I'll do one more. Fuck it. Why not? Just because you got here a little bit late. It's nice to see you here. Do one more, and here we go. Find out what it's going to be. Porque sea latín. It's Esperanto, isn't it? Yes, it is Esperanto.
Forigu ĉion.
Okay. This is the first time I've had an Esperanto sentence in front of me. I'm not sure what any of it. And I still got it right.
La klubo volas grandigi la nombron de esperantistoj.
Club wants to increase the number of Esperanto.
Vi igas min feliĉa.
To make happy. Yeah, I mean, I've never actually properly studied Esperanto at all. I just know basically, I think, all of the languages that it draws vocabulary from. and the rest of it I can just sort of logic it out.
Kiam vi manĝigos la bebon?
When will the baby? Okay, interesting. So, manjigos. Os, I guess, is future tense. Manjas is eat. And then this ig in the middle is a causative. Manjigos. To feed. Oh, fuck. Misclick. When wash you.
Ne faligu tiun glason da vino sur mian blankan sofon.
Don't. Faligu. Drop that glass of wine onto my white sofa.
Ni forigis eraron.
He removed an error?
Lia avino ŝatas kreskigi plantojn.
His grandmother likes to grow plants.
Kial Sofia igis lin kolera?
Why did Tia make angry? Faligis. So falas is fall. Faligis. Faligas is to cause something to fall. And faligis
Bonvolu alklaki por grandigi.
Please click to enlarge. Hodiaŭ.
Hodiaŭ. Ne. Li.
Ĉu. Kreski. Manĝigis.
Ĉu vi povas grandigi miajn vestaĵojn?
Can you enlarge my clothes? Trinkas.
Trinkas.
La. Manĝigi. Yes. Estas.
La programisto forigos la dosieron.
Forigos la dosieron.
La. Ne. Vi. Kaj. Ŝi. Hodiaŭ.
Faligis.
Kaj. Tre.
Kiam vi manĝigos la bebon?
When will the baby?
Oni povas sekigi fruktojn.
One can dry fruit.
Ne mortigu.
Don't kill.
Ĉiu devas morti.
Everyone must die.
La kato mortigis la muson.
Cat killed the mouse. La auto mortigis la katon sur la strato.
Oni povas uzi salon por sekigi fiŝojn.
And salt, dry fish. Yeah, I mean, like, I know, I did not know until, like, just a few minutes ago that there was a causative infix. But, I mean, it just took, but of course it was designed to be ridiculously easy, too. So, I mean, you could probably give me pretty much any book in Esperanto, and I would probably have a pretty good chance of understanding it. But I can't actually really produce it for them. Oh fuck, I missed the word. I misclicked and didn't click fish.
Bonvolu daŭrigi la ludon.
Please. Daŭrigi. Daŭan? Daŭras. Daŭrigi. You the game. Daŭrigi. Pause to continue.
La studento uzas maŝinon por sekigi siajn vestaĵojn.
The student uses a machine to dry his clothes.
La instruisto daŭrigis demandi.
The teacher continued to question. I had to, when I did my bat mitzvah, we had to do, the way we did things in my congregation was, we had to do like a paper on some Jewish topic, and I did Jewish languages. One of them was Esperanto, since Zamenhof was Jewish. And that is basically the only time I have specifically spent any time learning anything about Esperanto in my entire life, and that was 30 years ago. Well, a little bit more than 30 years ago now.
Ĝojo ne daŭros eterne.
Joy will not last forever. Now, this is really uplifting, Duo. Dauros.
Mi ofte ŝajnigis esti mia ĝemelo.
I often pretended shynigis, shine, like appearance, shinen, scheinbar, shynigis, to create the appearance to be my twin. Oh, very interesting. Thank you.
Kial vi ŝajnigas, ke vi ne konas min?
Why do you pretend you not me?
Vi
Urti
tago
havas ili.
Ĉu vi ne povas almenaŭ ŝajnigi, ke vi feliĉas pri la donaco?
Vi ne povas.
Ĉu vi ne povas almenaŭ ŝajnigi, ke vi feliĉas pri la donaco?
Ke vi
Ĉu vi ne povas almenaŭ ŝajnigi, ke vi feliĉas pri la donaco?
feliĉas pri la
donaco.
Yes. Trinkas li. Hodiaŭ.
Morti.
Oni povas uzi salon por sekigi fiŝojn.
One can salt a fish. Parent trap? Very interesting. There's starting to be some native Cornish speakers for the first time in a couple of 100 years as well now. They've been doing a lot of work to revive Cornish.
Lia letero feliĉigis min.
His letter made me happy.
Neniu aperis.
Nobody appeared.
La gazeto aperigos novajn ideojn.
Rigos.
Feliĉigis min helpi vin.
It made happy you.
La gazeto aperas sabate.
Ah, yeah. Paper appears on Saturday.
La nocto povas esti timiga.
Could be frightening.
Timiga vetero neniam timigas min.
Scary weather never scares me.
La luno povas aperi, char la cielo estas clara.
Here was sky is here.
Kiom da pagioj la aktoro parkerigis?
Pages. Did parkerigi. Wonder how okay, I can usually figure out where this is coming from in terms of how. Oh, parkour. It's got to be parkour.
Ili ne povis timigi min.
Okay, for some reason this mouse is now being. That's very nice of it. Yes, I know. I actually ended up adding Catalan, Guarani, and a couple of others that did not exist on the English. Oh, not really. What happened was when I added any of the ones that were only available from Spanish. God damn it! What's going on with this mouse? This is the second mouse I've had problems with today. And then it automatically added everything that I already had on the list from English in Spanish as well. God. The problem with this mouse. Let's see if the other one having a moment of. Very irritating. Ah, god damn it. What's going on with this? Finally. There we go. It's working again. I don't know what was going on with that. They could not frighten me.
Mi ne ŝatas parkerigi longajn aferojn.
I don't like to memorize long things. Aperigi.
La geavoj volas felicigi la bebon. Volas la bebon. Kiom
Paĝoj. Kiom da paĝoj pargerigis la oro? Ili ne povis timigi
min.
3 of 5.
Ne bruligu la kukon.
Burn the cake.
Bonvolu memorigi min.
Please remind me.
Mi bedaŭras, ke la viando brulis.
Bedauern. I am sorry that meat burned.
Kiu bruligis la tomatan supon?
Ĉu vi memorigis lin pri la laboro?
Did you remind him about the
Lia libro estas tute ne enuiga.
book? Did not bring at all.
Mi preferas puran domon, tamen mi ne volas purigi ĝin.
To clean house. Ever not one. Oh, a clean house. However, I do not want to clean it. Okay, it's nice chatting with you as well. It's always nice to see you, and you always come up with great topics of conversation. It really makes the stream better. And thank you for putting my name out there and stuff. I really, really appreciate that.
La pordo malebligis al Adamo eniri.
Door prevented Adamo from.
Ne enuigu nin denove per tiu rakonto.
Story.
Kial la arbaro brulas?
Why is the forest burning? Have a good night and enjoy the games with your roommate. Malebligu.
Estas.
Kai.
Hodiaŭ ili.
Purigis.
La varma suno preskaŭ bruligis nin.
Just turned up.
Kiu porigos la banĉambron?
La pizzo brulis, do mi ne volas manĝi ĝin.
So, I don't eat.
Ĉu vi lin pri la laboro
Oni
Devas. Zorgi. Por.
Malebligi
Problemoin.
Four of 5.
Ni volas plibonigi la mondon.
We want to improve the world.
Ili bonvenigis nin en sia hejmo.
Welcome us in home.
Oni apartigis nian landon en du partojn post la milito.
3 into 2 parts after our country, 2 parts after the war.
Kiom da semajnoj ili pasigis en Argentino?
Many Argentina.
Ili ne volas ke oni apartigu ilin en la trajno.
Two separated train.
Kiu junulo disvastigis siajn ideojn tra la mondo?
Which spread her ideas about the world.
Mia ĉefo certe devigos min purigi la tutan oficejon.
Will require me clean full office.
Kiam ŝi alvenos, ni bonvenigos ŝin.
Be welcome.
Mi bonvenigas vin ĉiujn al nia urbeto.
I welcome all to our town.
Mi volas ke ni pasigu pli ol unu tagon tie.
I want us spend more than day there.
Kial nia instruisto devigas nin parkerigi 50 novajn vortojn?
Making 50 words.
Kiu disvastigus tiajn ideojn?
Who spread those ideas? Who would spread those kinds of ideas?
Kial la reĝisoro devigis nin iri al la teatro tiel frue? Kial la reĝisoro devigis nin iri al la teatro tiel frue? Iri. Kial la reĝisoro devigis nin iri al la teatro tiel frue? Teatro. Tiel.
Ŝi volis plibonigi la kolorojn.
She wanted to improve the color.
Tiu turo preskaŭ tuŝas la ĉielon.
Almost a sky.
Ni provas plibonigi nian domon.
trying. Prove house.
Ŝi apartigis la flavan kaj blankan partojn de la ovo.
She separated yellow and white egg.
Kiu disvastigus tiajn ideojn?
Who read those fine ideas? Ah. Okay, I've leveled up, and it is time for one final XP check. Our 2056 and 2011. Winnie is continuing, is still online, apparently. This is going to be much more competitive than any of the other leagues that I've done. And just to recap the languages we've done today: Esperanto, Danish, German, Greek, Vietnamese, Dutch, and Chinese. Thank you to Ether Polyglot, Iena Papi Wilson, and to Pyro Blake King for the raid that I actually, unfortunately, didn't notice at the time. I will be back probably in the afternoon, and we will resume this speed run then. Have a good night until then, and if you enjoy the stream, please consider paying for the stream with a contribution to my Patreon. If you can't do it, I wouldn't want you to feel pressured, but if you can and you'd like to, I would very much appreciate it. This stream is also something I'm setting up as sort of a sideline for the slow periods in my translating work, and every contribution helps in that effort. Thank you and have a good night. Who can pray? Everybody's going elsewhere.